Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is hautemesstom, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, hi, I'm on a 6-month no-buy, and I'm taking the time to be critical not only of new makeup releases, but also my own collection. And today, we're going to be talking about my 4th month on my 6-month no-buy. Let's reflect on October. If you are new here, I would love to have you subscribe. One last thing, we're gonna anti-haul together, you, me, live on Monday, November 15th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so excited to do my first live with all of yins. Can't wait for that. If there are any new releases that you catch that you want me to talk about specifically, want us to talk about specifically, would love for you to send those my way on my Instagram at hautemesstom, hautemesstom. You can also email them to me at hautemesstom@gmail.com. So I would love, 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 love to have you send some things my way. If not, I would just love to see you there. Let's talk about October. October was a unique month on my no-buy. In my initial no-buy rules, if you want to check out those, you can click up that way, up there. I went on a trip to Chicago. I allowed myself one beauty item should I decide to. I ended up buying the Gucci Palette Beauté Du You. If you're not familiar, I'm not going to pull it out. I've been talking about it so much on my channel. You can see it on my Instagram. I've been talking about it a lot. Anyway, that was the item that I bought. I have no guilt about it because it was built into my rules at the beginning. Now, last month we did have the little snafu with the now discontinued gold palette from Natasha Denona. But I think we've talked a lot about that in last month's video. Where am I now? What's going on now? Well, I feel like my trip to Chicago got a lot of that shopping bug out of me. It was a safe space, a space that I had saved money for to imbibe in purchasing. Now, my no-buy is specifically to makeup, so I got one makeup item on my trip, and that was it. I did buy some fragrances, but that's not something I spend money on usually. That's like something that I was actually setting aside money specifically to buy because I wanted to buy a fragrance. So I feel like what was great about Chicago is that I proved to myself that I could save money. I was setting aside extra money so that I could specifically have a very large shopping moment that would feel satisfactory to me. And I feel satisfied. As you may or may not know, whenever this video goes up, I assume that the Sephora VIB sale is still on its merry way. I will not be purchasing anything during that, and I was wondering if I was gonna feel some kind of way about not participating in it, and I just don't. Now, my relationship with Sephora is gonna be a little bit different than anyone who hasn't worked for Sephora, but I used to work for the company. I made a video about it. You can look at it, and I will also link in the description box below, just talking about why I quit. It's a love story. It's a love story. So that also, I did participate in the first sale immediately after quitting Sephora, but this one's different. There's nothing on the market right now that entices me. And I bought the Gucci palette at full price, knowing damn well that the sale was coming. And the reason I didn't buy it is because it wasn't falling in my Chicago time frame, right? Like I wasn't in Chicago buying it there. So there was no reason for me to buy it. That was not part of the rules. Why would I wait? Also, I wanted it. I wanted it, and I wanted it. It didn't matter that it was $150. I wanted it at full price, but I didn't spend full price on it. I had 2 $25 gift cards. I had a Sephora credit card reward, and I also had points that I could use as a monetary discount. So I only spent $75 on the Gucci palette, which is a lot for an eyeshadow palette, but only $10 more than a Huda palette. So if you really start thinking about it and breaking it down, I didn't spend an exorbitant amount of money, or as an exorbitant amount of money as I could have spent on the Gucci palette. I will say, being in a no-buy and seeing the culture around the Sephora sale, and I have participated in this culture, so I'm doing some self-reflection, but also making commentary on this at large. And if you're familiar with Hannah Louise Poston's content, this is going to be like very parallel to what she does. So she did a video talking about everything that she would want to buy during the Sephora sale that she's not going to buy. And she has a whole playlist about this that she tries to put out one of these videos every time she has a sale. And I watched this video and I found it to be very helpful with the new mindset that I'm trying to get myself into by partaking in a no-buy etc. Hannah is like 100% right. And I guess, before you take a step back and think about it, we are essentially doing Sephora's job for them. We are advertising their sale. We are making recommendations on their products. And while, yes, a lot of people are using affiliated links, magic links, all of those things. And if you're clicking those links through your favorite creator and buying things based on their recommendation through those links, they are getting commission. They are getting a small amount kickback. So that's something to consider, something to keep in mind. But so not like your creator makes money, and I'm not against that. I'm all for creators, making money, because as a content creator, this is work. I set aside time to film. If it's something more detailed, I'm taking notes and I am putting a lot of time and effort into making sure that my facts are straight, that I'm telling you the correct things, that I am writing down my research as far as using a product and my experience with it so that I can elaborate it to you. And then I'm editing. And editing for me is like the personal hardship. So yes, this is work. Well, I don't make money on this platform currently, and I may not ever. Who knows, right? Who knows my destiny here on YouTube? I'm pro creators making money. However, we as creators, by talking about the sale and suggesting items for sale, it's free advertising for Sephora because we're talking about it. We're getting it in people's minds. You're getting it in your mind, right? That you're like, oh, the sales, I need to spend money because the sale's coming. And, this person said this is something that would be worth spending my money on with a 20% off. And I am finding that as I'm like watching Hannah's content and hearing what she says, and, I don't always 100% agree. I'm just using her as an example because this was inspired the 6-month no buy that I'm currently on, like partially. And so I'm just like, following her content and, in real time. And she's someone who is a work in progress and further in her work in progress than I am as far as the way I view spending. And I just talked about this with the Gucci palette, is I wanted it full price. And if I'm not willing to spend on it full price, is it something that I should buy at 20% off? If I'm not willing to fork out however much money, whatever item is, $20 for an item, it's $4. If it's $16 cheap enough, less expensive enough for me to say, I'm going to buy this now. And I get it. You're saving money. And also in Hannah's most recent video, which I'll link down below and in the cards above, she specifically went out of her way to talk about there are people who do not buy makeup frivolously throughout the year, and they wait for this sale. It's worth their time to do so. So, there's all sides to this, and I'm not saying that anyone is right or wrong for participating in the Sephora VIB Rouge sale, how they do, because you can make whatever choices you want. But this is what I'm finding for me specifically, is that, I totally agree. Like, if I wasn't willing to spend $15, $100 on whatever thing that I'm buying during the sale any other time of the year, what does that 20% off, 15% off, 10% off really mean for me in the grand scheme of things? Because I do like to shop throughout the year, and I would like to, once I'm on the other side of, is that glitter in my hair? Of course, sure it is. There's always glitter. There's glitter everywhere, all the time. Is that if I'm not willing to buy it any of these other times of the year, I shouldn't be buying it just because it's 20% off, 15% off, 10% off. If it happens to be 10, 20, 15% off at the time I decide to make my purchase, what a beautiful thing that happened to coincide with my decision to purchase this item. But I do think you should be willing to purchase these items at 100% of the cost and not only choose to buy them because they are discounted. So that's something that I've learned. And also, I realized that I actually haven't hit Rouge for the year 2021, and I would like to not. And I don't think I'm going to shop at Sephora for the rest of the year, and I don't want to hit Rouge. And that's something that I will take pride in if by the end of this year, I am not a VIB Rouge for 2022. And that would make me very happy. And what that means to me is that, well, I didn't spend $1,000 at Sephora this year. But it also means that I kind of got to it before, I beat it to the punch, right? Well, I could have very easily have hit rouge before I started my no buy in July. I could have easily hit rouge anytime this year with my purchase of the gold palette, with my purchase of the Gucci palette. I could have easily hit rouge, but I'm not going to. And I'm not going to, even if I should need to re-up on like a skincare item or a primer, which I don't foresee. Like, I don't think that any of those things are things that are going to happen. I'll just buy direct from the brand. I won't buy it from Sephora because I don't need to buy it from Sephora. And it will feel very good to me to only be a VIB next year. And I don't think I'll ever fall under VIB status. I'm not looking to like become some sort of makeup minimalist on the other side of my no buy, and I don't think that's realistic for me and the way what I would like to do for my channel either, because I will eventually want to start, well, one, buying things, buying new makeup again, but not only buying new makeup again, reviewing it for my channel, because while I have been enjoying going into my palettes and going into my makeup, I'm not talking about anything new. And while it's very fulfilling to me to really take something in like right now I'm in the middle of wear testing and really putting a foundation to the test that I haven't reviewed yet, but it's not a new foundation. So when my video goes up, the people who are going to view it are the people who like me, or maybe people who are specifically looking for a review on that foundation. But it's not going to get clicks because it's like not the hot new thing. So yes, it's very rewarding to me to have really tried something in my collection and reviewed it and put good information, what I view to be good and valuable information out there on the internet for people to consume should they want to consume information about whatever item I'm talking about. I'm not going to get hot, fresh, new, spicy clicks, which is like, how channels grow, right? You talk about new things, your channel, people click on it because they're interested in hearing your opinion, hearing any feedback on the hot new item. And the way this kind of worked against me recently, not that I received any negative feedback, but I got a greater dislike, like not more dislikes than likes, but the most dislikes I've gotten ratio-wise on any of my videos when I talked about the new Danessa Myricks palette, where I duped the vibes of it and I tried it out. I think people got very aggressively upset with me. No one said anything in the comments, but I think people clicked on my video, which did say duping the vibes, did say duping out. It didn't say that I was reviewing the Danessa Myricks palette. It just said that it made my head explode, because it did, just upon seeing it on Instagram. It made my head go woo, woo. Made me do a double take, made me think, made me have thoughts, made me have feelings. And that's what I talked about at the top of the video. But I think people didn't like it because it wasn't really about my experience with the Danessa Myricks palette. It was about my experience seeing the Danessa Myricks palette. Anyway, that's some YouTube ranting aside, I guess, to consider. Let's come back to the no buy. I think I hope I'm in the clear. I hope I'm in the clear for the rest of the year where I'm not going to be tempted by anything. I feel like we have a lot of the holiday releases out. I managed to buy maybe the one holiday release that I was the most interested in the parameters of my no buy. So I did that, right? I can't see what a brand would come out with within the next 2 months that would make me tempted to break it, my no buy, in the way that the Natasha Denona one tempted me to break my no buy. And that's, something to reflect on again at the end of my 6-month no buy, and, really think about that and the repercussions, the ramifications of me doing that during my no buy time. It is interesting it's the first time since I started participating in makeup culture that the Sephora sale did not spark anything. And I also have to admit to you that I have not even gone on Sephora's website during this. And if you are on a no buy, or if you are someone who is very easily tempted like me, just don't go to the website, because I know this from working at Sephora, is that sometimes items get marked down during the sale, and then it's like sale on sale, because you'll get your additional 20%, your additional 15% on that sale price. And that's something that does happen. So I just want to let you, like, don't go to the sale section, because now you're already looking at stuff that's marked down, stuff that you didn't want at 100% of the price, and then you're getting an additional. But if there is, you know, like, obviously there are good deals, right? If there was something that you were really wanting, it dropped in price, and then you can get a discount on it. Like, obviously I'm not dismissing that as a viable thing, but be careful, be careful, be careful. And anytime I'm feeling weak, we go to Hannah's channel. We go to Hannah's channel. We watch her be strong. We be strong with her. We get our power from HLP, which is like helpful to me. And maybe watching some of my content where it's anti-consumerism, whenever I get into my no-buy situation and talking about that, maybe that's helpful to you. So maybe come visit me. Maybe I can help you. Talk you out of it. But, you know, find someone who's standing firm, standing strong, and not participating if you aren't participating, and you don't need to participate, and you can't participate right now. And that's okay, and that's fine. Take a look at some beautiful things that are already in your collection. Play with those and try to find fulfillment. Try to find fulfillment in that, because I understand shopping is fun. I did a lot of it in Chicago. I had a great time, right? But I'm shopped out. I'm a little bit shopped out. So I feel like October was like such a removed part of my no-buy experience, because there was a week in which I was participating in consumerism exponentially. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video right here. I think I've ranted enough. I think I've gone off topic enough, but I think it's all worthwhile for me to say and just, you know, get my thoughts out, because these videos are ultimately for me, but we're checking in, having thoughts, having feelings. If you enjoyed this video and you are new here and you haven't already subscribed, if you like this, subscribe, baby. And if you like hearing my voice, want to hear more of it, I'm on a couple podcasts. Those are in my link tree down below, as well as my Instagram if you would like to look at me some more. Go ahead and click down there, follow me there. Remember that live stream? It's coming Monday, November 15th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Would love to see you there. I think you can set a reminder through the app. I really don't, you know, I know how YouTube works, but like vaguely. I vaguely know how the internet works, vaguely know how social media works. So go ahead and either set the reminder or just, you know, keep up with me. Keep up with me. Okay, here comes my cheesy tagline that I've recently come up with, and I'm going to stick with it. Follow your haute, and you will find me. I'm never going to be able to say it with a straight face. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Friends.